I'm Brett Moore, and welcome to the Cry More podcast. Today, we're going to be deconstructing a really important topic that's come up in recent years. A lot of folks have been messaging me directly, and I can't stay silent any longer. That's right. Today, we're talking about the uglification of women in video games. So, in case you have a job or a girlfriend, here's an overview. Video games have been under attack for a long time. If you're unfamiliar with how based video games used to be, let me explain. In the late 90s, as graphics made the jump from basic 2D sprites like Mario and General Custer to more advanced 3D models like Lara Croft and Tiva Lockhart, we'll get back to them later, developers were able to create much more attractive looking characters. So what went wrong? The answer? More complicated than you think. You see, the downfall of the Western Empire, and more importantly, Western game devs, began in the 2010s with the rise of woke games such as Life is Strange, The Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn, Wolfenstein: The New Order, and To Blob 2. There's many problems with these games, such as gender ambiguity, the depiction of white pride as problematic, and of course, forced diversity, such as unnecessary lesbian romance. For the record, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, it's just gratuitous and the writing is trash. If it were written well, like Geralt and Yennefer in The Witcher 3, Trevor and Ashley in GTA 5, or Captain Shepard and any of the female romance options, gamers wouldn't have a problem with it. But I digress. The heart of the matter is that these issues all stem from the deep state takeover of Western game studios. Focus groups like Sweet Baby Inc., funded by wokeists such as George Soros and Bill Gates, funnel trillions of dollars into pushing an agenda of mid-women to subvert our culture. As we all know, Hollywood has been deep in the minds for years now, influencing Western media by emasculating men with Mary Sues like Captain Marvel, Captain Britain, and Captain Janeway. First, they came for our movies, and we did not speak up because we were not film snobs. Then, they came for our TV, and we did not speak up because all the streaming services are owned by Disney. Next, they came for our anime, and we did not speak up, because they've been catering to women for years now anyway. But when they came for the purest form of escapism in video games, that was the last straw. Why did they cut the ass-tastic Miranda Lawson camera shots in Mass Effect Legendary Edition? Why did they take away Jill Valentine's miniskirt in exchange for a man jaw? Why does Allie have hair on her upper lip? Globalists will tell you it's to appeal to a modern audience. But the Cry More podcast suggests a more nuanced take. You see, in the past, video games were made as an escape for men from ugly women. Over time, this took a 180-degree turn, as real-world women became more attractive and video game women became more ugly. Why, you might ask, would developers do this? In order to manipulate gamers into thinking, quote-unquote, realistic women are attractive. I already know what you're thinking. Brett, why would video game developers do this? Aren't all my favorite childhood studios filled with rational, sane, boob-loving, like-minded individuals like me? Wrong! Thanks to federal DEI mandates, in the past 15 years, there has been a 75% increase in female developers in Western game studios. The vast majority of these developers, we can safely assume, are ugly women themselves. These women are historically intimidated by attractive female characters and claim goddesses like Cammy White and 2B have unrealistic beauty standards. Well, I challenge that. On the flip side, I think it's completely unrealistic for the new Fable protagonist to have colorless cheeks, matted hair, no lipstick, and a flat chest. Now take a look at this character from an earlier game in the same series. What's so unrealistic about this? I see girls like this at the grocery store every day. I mean, just look at what they stole from us. Cortana used to have a tiny, slim waist and bodacious hips. Lara Croft used to have G-cup naturals, beautiful full lips, and perfectly braided hair. Now, she's a flat-chested, whiny girl boss who is supposedly able to beat up men. She can jump great heights and never run out of ammo. So much for the old Lara Croft, who was vulnerable and believable. Now she's realistic. Is it unrealistic for women to have flaws? Not very PC, guys. Speaking of infallible women, Jill Valentine in Resident Evil 3 Remake is a complete bastardization of everything that made Jill great in the original.
It's my turn, bitch!
We can use this to stay in contact.
I know what a radio is. Come on, you creepy-ass stalker! You want stars? I'll give you stars! Next time, take the fucking hit!
Ooh, so badass. See how badass she is? Does she not realize how cringe it is when she drops one-liners like that? Compare that to some other one-liners in the series.
Where's everyone going? Bingo? No thanks, bro.
No voice match found.
Voice match? What kind of sci-fi bullshit is this?
What the fuck? Him again? Friend of yours? Or like an ex-girlfriend?
Well, if it isn't the bitch in the red dress.
Can you see the difference? It's pretty obvious. That's right. Every other clip I showed was based, whereas Jill's were cringe. It's 2025. We are not attracted to big, strong women who can handle their own in a fight. We want to see soft, feminine female characters embrace their femininity. A woman acting ladylike? How unheard of. Take a glance at some beauties that everyone knows and loves, like Nilin from Remember Me, or Vanessa Z. Schneider from TN03. Look at those moves. And let's not forget when games were allowed to be unapologetically made for men by men, when we could enjoy watching beautiful women without worrying about perverted liberal pedophiles pushing grooming agendas onto minors. That's right, I'm talking about the guy game. But now, to appeal to more diverse audiences, we get female protagonists with wide jaws, deep-set eyes, sunken cheeks, prominent Adam's apples, and DEI haircuts. Worst of all, she's got the chest of a prepubescent boy, and an annoying manly attitude that completely turns me off.
Not now.
Yeah, I'm just always starting shit, right? You're a total paranoid, David.
Not now, Chloe.
You used to call me a loser for getting kicked out of Blackwell. So who's the loser now, David?
Why is she so fucking aggressive to men? You can tell a woman wrote this. These tone-deaf companies are clueless to the fact that giving boobalicious babes like Tifa and Lara Croft breast reductions takes away all of their personality, charm, character development, and likability. It's virtually unplayable. A 2022 poll revealed that 95% of gamers recognize Tifa Lockhart as the girl with big tits. So tell me, Square Enix, what happened here? It's disrespectful to the fans and flat-out insulting to real women with big boobs. As we all know, ugly people don't play video games, so why are we trying to appeal to them? Let's remember who's actually buying your games, devs, and I'll give you a hint, it's not Sophie with the dyed hair and pronouns. I do have credible evidence that there is more to this. After hours of scouring Ubisoft's staff directories, I found this programmer that worked on Woke Cry 4. Now, her pronouns according to social media are she, they. Well, last time I checked, gamers didn't need to she-them pronouns to enjoy a game. We all know programming, scripting, and really any game dev is a straight man's job. Anything else is, dare I say, intersectionality being forced by woke companies. Men dominate the computer science world so much, they literally named programmer socks after us. All hope is not yet lost. After sitting back and letting the left inject DEI policies and ideologies into our games, gamers are fighting back. The crown jewel of Ugly, Concord, flopped so hard the studio went out of business. The woke developers lost their jobs and now they're living on the streets. I take credit for that. The listeners of the Cry More podcast, they take credit for that. And we will proudly do the same to Dustborn, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Bloom and Woke, and anyone else who wants to keep shitting on our beloved games with hideous ogre Mary Sue's. Thankfully, modders exist to bring some of the former glory of gaming back to the modern age. Stellar Blade ushered in a new Eastern Renaissance, and I heard it even has gameplay. Anti-woke games like Baldur's Gate 3, Crusader Kings 3, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are fighting back against the wave of DEI and woke cringe by allowing us to fulfill our fantasies of role-playing as straight white human swordsmen, the way games were meant to be played. The battle rages on, but I will continue to fight at the front lines with you, the gamers. Join the fight, and let's continue to sip on liberal tears. I'll see you next time on the Cry More podcast.